What's going on, everybody? It's your boy DMV. I'm sitting in traffic. I actually wanted to do this. I wanted to go live a little bit early today because I will not be on tonight. I actually have some business endeavors actually around the time that we're gonna be normally doing the live show today. So I will not be on with Elton later on. But what I'm gonna try and do is I'm gonna try to convince Elton to go on live by himself. I think that would be pretty big for the growth and stuff like that. Because I'm gonna be in the area later on today where I won't be able to really sit down and talk to him, but I'll probably tune in. But I'm gonna talk to him, see if Elton can go live tonight, and pretty much talk about what's been going on throughout the week with the Cowboys and all of that type of stuff. But right now, man, I just been reading a lot of stuff, and the biggest thing that really intrigues me is what they're gonna do with Connor Williams. Because a lot of guys have been having veteran days. Tyron Smith, I know Jason Witten got a veteran day, but they've been plugging and playing with him playing the tackle position, and I really think that the writing is on the wall right now for what that means. Like, obviously, they know that they say that he's more suitable to play guard, but the way that I look at it as they're grooming him to take Collins' position because they ultimately want to get Connor McGovern in there to be that guard because they really, really, really like McGovern, and that's why they drafted him where they did. But but here's the thing about that because I know that they were ecstatic about drafting McGovern. I think that what that ultimately meant was, Connor Williams was a second round pick, so you're not going to give up on the second round pick. But I think that in the long run, McGovern is probably going to be more suitable at the guard position. But you know that Connor Williams does have the athleticism to kick out to a tackle because not only was he a tackle at Texas, but he's a damn good tackle. So what's going on, Philly Cowboy? Um, so I mean, I think that it's very intriguing. I mean, if Connor Williams could really work out a tackle and look good enough, do not be surprised if Collins is cut this year. It sounds funny, but money wise and what's on the books and stuff, not really. Or if Connor Williams looks good enough, I mean they already have Cam Fleming. That really makes Collins trade bait for somebody that really needs a tackle. Deshaun Thompson said the Raptors going to sweep Golden State. Hell no, Golden State gonna win the next four, man. I knew that the Raptors were gonna win last night. Not to take it off topic, but I knew the Raptors was gonna win last night because they were at home. The emotions are running high, and it's really, really hard to win a game. To prepare yourself to go up there and win a game in Toronto. I know that for years because I'm a Wizard fan, and that's one of the hardest places to play with all of that energy in there is Jurassic Park. I really like that too, though. Jurassic Park, how they got that ring to it and all that stuff. But nonetheless, let's see. Joseph Gonzalez says it's just one game. Yeah, absolutely true. So let's get back to the Cowboys talk, though. Um, yeah, man. There's another guys for some that are that if things aren't really looking too good for. Another one is really my guy Cedrick Wilson because John Vea, God dang, I forget his last name, but they are raving about this kid at the wide receiver position. They're raving about him. Every time I see a write up, this guy's name pops up. Every time. So, yeah, Philly Cowboy, I am a big Cedrick Wilson fan. I hope he does ball because I want to be wrong. But every time I look, this John Vea kid is just getting all of the write ups for somebody that was undrafted. So, the receiver position is going to be a real tough one for those that aren't really on that in that guaranteed area. Like we obviously know that Amari Cooper is going to make the roster. We obviously know that Michael Gallup's going to make the roster. Randall Cobb's going to make the roster. I can't guarantee that Tavon Austin's going to be here. Foots has been talking about Tony Pollard, who has been looking good, and I'll touch on that a little bit. But Foots has been talking about Tavon Austin being replaced by Tony Pollard, and that very well could be. But You know, in all honesty, guys like Cedrick Wilson need that to happen so that they can really have a shot on this roster. What's going on, guys? I see. Deshaun Thompson says, he's still talking Raptors, so let me go. Let's see. Buddy Johnson said, Have you heard of Arkansas safety Cameron Curl? I have not, but I will look him up. Philly Cowboys says the wide receivers and DBs are going to be really competitive. Absolutely. And when you can get that in camp, man, like, what the hell else can anybody else really show you? Because, I mean, how shocked can you be when you see an Amari Cooper every day, and then Michael Gallup is just going to develop into a really good receiver? You said, where am I? I'm in traffic, Jay Reed. I am in Falls Church, man. Getting ready to hit 495 to 66 because that's how I get to work. Deshaun Thompson says Tony Pollard is already a GOAT. I saw a video of him. I don't know if it was a zone play that he was running, but he got skinny going through the hole, and then he made a cut on the safety in the second level, and I think that he would have got tackled by the safety there. But I think that what was impressive though was how he really got into that second gear after making that cut, and that's going to be really impressive because, I mean, the guys that can cut and not lose speed and then hit that second gear are guys you really have to watch out for. So he's going to be pretty explosive. Zeke looked pretty good in a couple of clips that I did see from him. I read that Mike Weber picked up a pretty good blitz in blitz pickup period yesterday. So that is reassuring because that was one of the things that I pointed out in my video of him was that, you know, I really like his completeness as a back. So it's good to see that he's back. I haven't heard too much of him running though, so we'll see what happens there. But I know that Tony Pollard is turning some heads right now, as we expected. Let's see. Jay Reed, you on Pennsylvania Avenue? You saw me on Pennsylvania Avenue? That's crazy. You know what? I probably was heading to Bowie, or heading from Bowie. That's probably where you saw me. Did you see me in like was it like a brown Nissan Murano, or was it like a black Honda Accord? Because those are the cars that we have. You probably did see me if you saw me in those. I see. Philly Cowboys says, I'm so excited about our youth. Shout out to our scouting department. Absolutely. Zachary Nation said, good morning, E2. Even though I'm not E2, I'm definitely DMV. People confuse us all the damn time, and I blame Mark Holmes for that because he does that crap on the air all the time, where he calls me DMV Blue, or he calls him, I don't know what the hell he calls him, but, you know, and then we're really going to get more confused now that E2 cut his hair. If you haven't seen it yet, go to his channel. He definitely chopped it off. I call him Detective James Carter from Rush Hour. But yeah, let's see. Who else have we been hearing about? Tristan Hill, man. Been hearing a lot of really, really good things about Tristan Hill, as far as his development, as far as his moves, as far as what they're going to be able to do from him. I heard that Chris Richard said he's going to be a generational talent. That right there is that's a lot to say right there for somebody to be a generational talent. Now, what's tough for me to believe is that a generational talent slipped to us in the second round, where they picked him, but you never know, man. Evidently, Tom Brady was a generational talent in the sixth round, so you can't really judge where somebody was picked on whether or not they'll be a generational talent. But maybe what he brings to us and what we have in our scheme is just a perfect fit. So I look forward to seeing what Tristan Hill brings to the table, because they keep raving about his get off, which is something that we already knew anyway. And I really, 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 really hope that he is better than all of the safeties that they picked him over, because, I mean, ultimately that's what we really wanted out there. One thing that came in the news was that Kayvon Frazier having surgery. They expect him back possibly for camp, but we never know. One thing that my man Elton was bringing up, as soon as I seen that article, Elton was like, Eric Berry question mark. Man, look, I really, really would love that to happen. But for some odd reason, um, people are staying pat. And I think that the Cowboys really, really, really love Jeff Heath at the safety position. I think they really love Jeff Heath at the safety position because honestly, we had so many opportunities to really, really upgrade that position. And they don't really see it as a need like us Cowboys fans do. Now watch they see it as a need next year because here's the funny thing. They saw defensive tackle as a need this year when most of us Cowboys fans saw it last year or years prior. Really, we've needed a defensive tackle, a talent like they brought in Tristan Hill to be. We've needed that for years. And all of a sudden, now they decided to agree with us and do that last year. So they were about a step late and hopefully not a dollar short because I hope that Tristan Hill does end up being that guy. But they'll probably realize that safety is a position that we need to upgrade by next year. I was hoping to bring in a veteran now. That way we got a guy like Donovan Wilson learning behind him. See, I think that we don't do ourselves justice at the safety position by bringing in a veteran that can teach our young guys. Like Georgia Loka is a veteran, but Georgia Loka and Jeff Heath have never been elite at the position. Eric Berry, a guy like that, has been elite. If anything, you might be just bringing him in for 1 year just for his not his tenacity, but his mindset and how he can pour into others. Because guys like Jeff Heath and Georgia Loka have never been to that level, so what else can they pour into them besides hard work? They can't really pour into you diagnosing plays happening before they happen. They can't really pour into you playmaking ability because they've never been that. So, we'll see. I mean, I think that we've been shortchanging ourselves at the safety position for a long time. I haven't really heard too much about the safety position at OTAs. All I've been really hearing about is how good the corners have been and how receivers just been running free. And then, I go and see Tony Pollard shake some damn safety out of their damn boots and take it to the house. So, hopefully, guys get better between now and camp, but I can't really see that happening. Maybe Eric Berry gets those bone spurs in his foot healed by then, and maybe they sign him for a cheap deal. I would love that to happen, but more than likely it won't, even though we have the money to do so. Not really seeing why we're not addressing it, but we'll see. That's really all I have for now. My phone is kind of going low and I'm going to work. But man, look, if you guys have any ideas or if you have any news or anything, man, make sure you hit me up at DMV DallasCowboys at gmail.com. I'm also on Twitter at DMV Dallas Cowboy. So yeah, just hit me up there. Oh, and I have an announcement. So for the Dallas natives, for the people that are in the Dallas area, in July, for the weekend of July 19th through the 22nd, I will be in Dallas. I will be in Frisco for an event. So yeah, definitely hit my email up. Let's meet up. Let's grab a beer or something like that, man. Because I love meeting up with Cowboy fans. And actually, it's funny because my event will be at the new Cowboys facility in Frisco. So I will be there. So for people that are in the Dallas area, hit me up, man. Let's meet up. I would love to chop it up and talk some football. But yeah, man. And I'm also working on a game trip to Dallas. Once I find more information, I will get you guys that as well. But I would definitely love that as well for a couple of us to get together, go to a game, meet some players and all of that type of stuff. And this is completely separate from what Mark Holmes and what Mark Holmes is doing with the Cowboys experience. This is something completely different that I'm doing. So yeah, just hit me up. Hit me up in my email, hit me up on Twitter, or you can hit me up in the comment section and let me know if you are interested and I can shoot you guys some info. But yeah, man, I'm about to exit away from my job. So appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. keep me in the loop on OTAs as you find information, and I'll keep you guys updated. But I'm going to tell Elton to see if he can go live tonight so that you guys